Okay, so welcome everyone. Now we get to practice everything that we absorbed on the really long lectures, and we get to put it all into practice and actually move through the root chakra. So we will start with physical. Remember all the elements of the root that we looked at. We will be activating Mula Bandha, not too intensely. And the other thing when we're working with the root and Apana Vayu, this downwards moving force, think about long exhales. So obviously when we're releasing and letting go of things, really long exhales. I'm not going to count exhales because um, it just gets in the way of going deep into your practice. What I would suggest that you do is when we are in the postures, so we will do some dynamic, like moving in and out of poses, and then we'll do static as well. When we are doing the static especially, the main emphasis on the whole practice pretty much will be an extremely long exhale, like as long as you can make it, as long as you can breathe out for, and feeling that pelvic floor diaphragm lift, yeah, the Mula Bandha lift at the end, and then we just release on the inhale. Inhale happens naturally, and we're always emphasizing on really lower abdominal breaths, really dropping the breath as deep as we can today. So the whole emphasis today is on grounding and really harmonizing our Muladhara, the root chakra. So I will be wording this very specifically to invoke the feelings that we want to bring into this type of practice. And when you are creating practice for yourself, you do the same thing. When you're teaching this to other people, that's how you really theme and anchor in the energy. Um, so let's start with a short meditation. When we go into meditation at the end, the mudra we'll use is apana. We will do some rubbing as well, and actively placing our hands in the meditation on the root as well. Um, so as we're going to move through the physical practice as well, because mula, like the root is connected so much to the legs, there is approximately, depending on how big you are, but there's about 22 kilos of fascia in the system. And one of the main chains of fascia that actually gets turned off for a lot of people is this whole posterior backside. Because we wear shoes and we're not using the gripping of our feet properly, the fascial connection that comes all the way up here gets completely numb. And when that goes, well, not numb, atrophied. And when that goes up into the glutes, and that can create like physical instability. Obviously, when we're looking at chakra, it's energetical, but they're going to both work together. So if the physical is out, it's going to affect the energetical and vice versa. So that's what we're going to start with, some standing work to activate this. We'll do the squats again, like we did that short practice with, and then we'll go into floor work. It's going to be primarily floor work. If you are teaching this or you're making your own practice, if you're going to do standing work with it, it's really focusing on like forward folding is good. But for me, sitting on the floor to ground the root is more powerful than standing. But if you want to have a workout and work into the hips and legs, you can. Okay, so that's the orientation of practice. Let's start with a short meditation. We go into some movement, some standing, take it to the floor, and the main emphasis is that long extended exhale. And then we finish with a beautiful meditation, very specific on the root. Okay, so have a beautiful practice, everyone. And please now go ahead and establish your chosen posture for meditation. Look directly ahead at a still point in front of you, a mark on the wall, a drishti that is not moving. Inhale slow and deep, stretch up through the crown. Exhale through the mouth with a soft sigh. And let yourself really anchor into your root. Inhale slow and deep. Soft sigh, close the eyes, anchor everything down, everything that's touching the surface beneath you. One more time, deep breath in. Exhale, let it go with a big sigh. Now, as you take a minute to attune yourself on your breathing, bring all of your attention to gravity and the base of the spine. So we really set all of our focal point, our energy at the root and the energy of Apana Vayu, this downwards moving force in the pelvis. See if you can breathe into the pelvic floor and just actively begin to make your breaths out longer. Please go ahead now and set your intention for this practice to bring about stability, grounding, and healing any type of imbalances that we may have accumulated on our life's journey at the root, the home of Muladhara Chakra. We open up with the chant of R, the seed syllable, just chanting R one time. Please clear your throat. Take a deep breath in. And we chant R together. Ah. Dear friends, have a beautiful practice. Namaste to each and every one of you. Okay, let's go ahead and stand up. You can keep your socks on for the beginning if you need to, but if it's warm enough where you are, you can take them off. And we'll start with the activation of the fascia in the feet. So the way this is going to work, we're going to balance, but what I would like you to do is you can place a piece of tissue or you can just pretend, and I just want you to grip. Imagine like you're holding something between the base of the big toe and the second toe. Yep. So we're going to really pretend like we are gripping here with that foot. And what we do is go on to the left leg, standing pose, find your drishti. And I want you to move that leg back and up. And you'll feel how quickly that activates the posterior chain on the back of the leg. So we're going to make these big circles with the leg, with the toes curled and rounded, and like you're holding and gripping or clenching a little bit with the foot. Keep going. You can even place your sock between that point if you want extra grip to really feel that fascial connection. And I want you to do it super slowly, super slow, so that you, especially when you come up here, we start to retrain the back going into the glutes. You might get some clicking in the knees. Remember, the root is really about the alignment of the legs, the feet, the fascial connection. Yeah, play with the balancing. Let your arms move. You need to use the arms. Good. And shake it out, relax. Go to the other leg, other side. Do the same thing. Begin to grip with the foot. Again, you're really just closing the foot like you're gripping with your hand. And then you come up, circle forwards, and try to make the whole movement nice and slow. Again, we're really feeling that fascial connection through the bottom of the foot, all the way up the back of the leg, into the glute, and up into the root and the pelvic floor if you can. Good. Go really slow, really smooth. Nicely done. One more time. Now go back to the first leg, and we're going to do exactly the same, but reverse it. So I need to activate the foot, and with this time we go forwards, up, back, and down. So lift your leg up as high as you can, engage your standing glute, keep your heel close to your butt, and take it back so you feel the activation there. If you feel a little bit of cramping, it's actually normal. It's just a sign that the backside of your leg has basically just not been worked for a long time, and you might need to hydrate. Remember, balancing is one of the quickest ways to activate our nervous system to really bring us into presence. Okay, beautiful. Switch sides, clench again, activate your foot, lift it up, high, standing leg glute engaged, back, down, and around. And take your time with it. Feel the energy of the back of the leg working. Breath is deep, movement is slow. Good, beautiful, everyone. Just stretch out the soles of your feet a little bit. Stretch out the feet now. We finish. Shake out the feet if you need to. So one thing we're going to do to help align and reset the ankles and feet and also the knees, I would like you to bring your feet together and turn your feet out like Charlie Chaplin. You know, like a Charlie Chaplin stance. Now, very slowly, breathe out and bend your knees in the direction of your little toes. So really out to the side. Lift your chest up, get your spine relatively straight, and rise up. And as you get to the top, we come up onto the tiptoes. We come down, we breathe out. Again, knees wide, like knees as wide as you can. Inhale up, exhale down. When you breathe out, the knees again go in the direction of your little toes. And we are focusing the energy all through the root, all through the pelvis. Long extended breath out, breath out, breath out. Inhale back up. Exhale, come down. Again, we really want to feel rooted, grounded, stable here. So this is a beautiful one for aligning the ankles, the knees, and the hips. Evenly balance your feet. Spread the weight out through the base of the big toe, base of the little toe, and the center of your heels as you come down. We'll just do 3 more. Last one. Good. And rise up. Shake out legs if needed to. Now take your feet to about shoulder width apart. If you're not sure where, you can turn out and turn out. It's a good stance. Now find a comfortable position for your feet. We're going to do, remember the squat that we did on Saturday with the affirmation that helps us really ground the root and ground the physical body. So the affirmation was, I am safe, I am whole, I am home. So take a breath in, naturally squat down, and as you breathe out, say to yourself, I am safe, I am whole, I am home. Inhale, come up. Again, on you. I am safe, I am whole, I am home. You squat down as much as you like. It doesn't have to be super deep. I am safe, I am whole, I am home. Feel the root, feel the connection to where you are in this earth. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, I'm safe, I'm whole, I am home. Breathe out completely. Inhale up. We repeat, I'm safe, I'm whole, I'm home. Inhale up. Keep going. I'm safe in my body. Yeah. I'm whole in my being. I am at home in my body and in this place in the earth. Inhale up. I'm safe. I'm whole. I am home. I'm safe. I am whole. I am home. Breath in, up. Beautiful, everyone. A few more times. I'm safe. I'm whole. I'm home. Make your breath out and the movement down longer. I'm safe. I'm whole. I'm home. Feel the workout in the legs. Yeah, smile into it. We want to have strong, stable legs. I'm safe. I am whole. I am home. Remember that primal part of the nervous system needs reassurance. So just saying those words, I'm safe. I am whole. I'm home, really makes a difference. Last two. I'm safe. I'm whole. I'm home. Now, if you can, hold squat at the bottom. I'm safe. I'm whole. I'm home. Now, if for any reason this is hard for you, put a pillow or a blanket under your heels. Now, we'll hold this not for too long, about a minute. Now, I'd like you to play with the long breaths out here. So really exhale as long as you can. I want you to breathe out, breathe out, breathe out, and focus on activation in the pelvic floor. And then inhale, relax. Long breath out, everything, energy moving down. You can feel energy from the underneath of your spine, just anchoring into the earth. The end of the breath out, feel the pelvic floor lift just naturally. Inhale, relax into the abdomen. As you breathe out, you can continue with I'm safe, I am home, I am whole. Make your exhalation as long as you possibly can. Good. Keep the arches of the feet lifted. Feel your connection to the base of the spine, the root of your body. Nice, everyone. Last three breaths. Awareness in the pelvic floor. Feel the stability. Feel the security. Feel the groundedness of your being. Keep working those long breaths out. Nice. And then very gently, we are just going to stretch out the legs. Come to seated. Shake out your legs side to side. Shake out the feet. Now, next pose we're going to do is Apana Asana. So dynamic. So we remember Apana Vayu is the main Vayu that's connected to the root. Now, I often tell people to do this, and I always talk about this, but they use this pose in yoga therapy all the time. And if you do it for 10 or 15 minutes, it becomes so therapeutic. It's such a simple movement and so underrated. So we're going to be from here, and it's simply knees into the chest. But the dynamic version is inhale, arms straight. I'm holding either kneecap. My knees are as wide as my hips. And then on the breath out, I'm bringing the knees in. The legs are completely relaxed. And I just massage. You don't have to lift the lower back up. You can if you want to. And then inhale, come out again. So I breathe out for as long as I possibly can. A little bit of a hold at the end of the breath out. Inhale diaphragmatically. Good. Join in when you can because we're going to do this for about 10 to 12 minutes. One of the reasons why this is so beneficial, if you ever have trapped gas or digestive issues, this is like the number one go-to. Like I was talking about, even in naturopathy, the first thing they look at is how well are you eliminating? How well are you, excreting and getting rid of toxins from the body? This simple movement helps to ground the sacrum and the lower back. And it also stimulates all the lower organs, especially the ones that are related to the root. So inhale, belly, arms go straight. Exhale, knees into the chest, long extended breath out. Doing so while everyone inhale. Let the inhale happen naturally and make your exhale as slow as long as you can. So like really, how slow can you move as you bring the knees in? Can you really move with the breath? You feel this massaging effect on the back, on the pelvis, on the back of the sacrum. Make your exhale so long and just linger at the end of the exhale. So you keep breathing out, and you feel that emptying and stimulation and a little bit of a lifting and rising of the pelvic floor. And again, one of the reasons why this is super therapeutic, if you do it for long periods of time, you feel the strength building in the arms, and this actually activates the heart, lung, and pericardium meridian, but in a very grounded, relaxed way. Again, we're keeping our attention, we're keeping our meditation object on the root. And remember that bija seed mantra of Lam. So maybe you feel Lam vibrating at the pelvis as you breathe out, right at the base of the spine. Good, you're doing so well, everyone. Long breaths out, feeling the root, feeling the pelvic floor, feeling the massaging of the back, the anchoring and massaging of the hips. And really focus on long extended exhales. As you breathe out, feel excess energy, the energy that wants to release, just leaving out of the root of the body. Feeling into gravity, letting everything that's touching the floor ground down. Feel the strength of the arms and the massaging of the breathing muscles, diaphragm. Try to keep the legs completely relaxed. Again, less is more for this one. It's like more feeling, more sensitivity, more awareness, and less movement, less strain, less effort. Be effortless. Okay, beautiful, everyone. Let's do 3 more. And you can build up to this in your own time, really building up to that 10 to 15-minute mark. And then when you're finished, just stretch your legs out, let your legs release. Feel the energy of the hips soften. Keep awareness in the pelvic floor. And very gently, we just roll over to one side and come up to seated. We'll just do another 4 postures, just simple ones. So from here, place your feet to the outer edges of your mat, and we just windshield wiper, but I want you to do it super slow. On the inhale, it happens naturally. On the exhale, I want you to go as slow as you possibly can. Feel any clicks or releases through the hips and the spine. Inhale, natural. Exhale, completely slow and steady. Do your best to keep your awareness in the root the whole time as we move. We won't do too many windshield wipers, just a couple more, and then we'll fold over the legs. Now, the next time you fold over to the right side, so the left knee is in the inner arch of your right sole, I just want you to turn and directly put your spine over your right knee, hands either side of the right knee, and just fold any amount. Doesn't need to be super deep. Work on a relatively long spine in the beginning. See if you can feel the hip rooting into the pelvis and stimulating into hip socket, and then we focus on the base of the spine. Now, just like we've been doing for the whole practice, I'd like you to really focus on the root. Focus on the pelvic floor diaphragm. And when you're in the position, you can come into Apana Mudra. Remember, index and little finger extend, middle finger and ring finger connect. The mudra to help us detoxify, ground, stabilize. And we're really dropping the breath as deep as we can. We're extending the exhale for as long as you can. Inhale happens naturally. Exhale is fully lengthened. Okay, nicely. Then everyone slowly begin to rise up. Take your time. Take a minute to just sit cross-legged, anchor your root, find yourself at the center. Feel energy releasing from that right hip, right leg. Direct it into the base of your spine. Feel all of the nerve endings, the nerve ganglion at the base of the spine anchoring into the floor. And when you're ready, go to the other side. Adjust your posture so that your right knee comes inside the sole of the left foot, frame over your left leg, fold over the left, find Apana Mudra, backs of the arms on the floor. Adjust your posture, elongate your spine, breathe into the belly. And then with your exhale, just sink into the pose to a comfortable position. Remember, it doesn't have to be intense. Moderate to mild sensation. And if we just look for this endless search of flexibility, it doesn't really lead us anywhere. We have to have this balanced action with stability, with sthira and sukha. So we're in this good space in the pose. We can make these long breaths out, and we can focus more on the subtle energetics of the anatomy of the pelvic floor and witnessing any subtle vibrations or blockages that might release as we just hold for longer periods of time in the pose in a more receptive way. We inquire into the sensations and vibrations with a lens of compassion and inquiry, compassionate inquiry. Keep extending your exhale, long breath out the whole way. Good, you're doing so well, everyone. Stay focused. All the attention, all of our focus is on the root. Last few breath cycles. And keep breathing out as long as you can. And super slowly when you're ready. Heal yourself up, come to seated. That awareness, that anchoring at the root. Keep your eyes closed as much as you can in practice so you really connect to the vibrations in the pelvis. If you need to stretch or shake out your legs, please do so. And then next posture, bring the soles of the feet together. If you need something to sit on, please find something to sit on. And for the first minute, please sit up tall and work on that connection from the crown to the root, because these 2 points are so closely linked. So can you feel energy at the top of your head, above your head? So when we're breathing in, we're sensing energy moving from the top of the head, down the spine to the root. When we breathe out, we're focusing on anchoring energy at the root, moving down into the surface that supports us, maybe deeper into the earth. Remember to make the exhales much longer than the inhales, like really long exhales. We can feel this activation in the pelvic floor at the end of the breath out. And also when we begin to breathe in, we feel the pelvic floor moving. If you want to chant lum, lum, lum as an extra focal point, you can. Now begin to relax the straightness of the spine and just begin to soften forwards. Keep a relatively straight spine. The main thing that we're working here is the energetics of the awareness being at the base of the spine, the stimulation in the pelvic floor diaphragm, the extended breaths out. Like, how long can you breathe out here? And let the inhale happen naturally. Nice, you're doing really well, everyone. Stay with those long breaths out. Go deeper and deeper into the sensation, the vibration at the base. And keep stimulating the flow of Apanavayu, which in turn then will stabilize the root. Remember to feel into your whole body, but especially the focal point with loving awareness. We're creating this sense of ease, of stability. We're feeling grounded and safe and present in the body. Feeling secure and at home. Slowly, Lean up. Let's extend our legs out wide to the side now. And please sit on a prop if you need to. And for this, we're not really, if you're on a prop, just have it on the kind of back of the sit bones. We want to have the bottom of the pelvic floor actually touching the floor. Okay, so take your time to come into the next pose. Like really take your time. We're going to have a long rebounding one after this. And again, you don't have to go all the way down. Find a position where you feel moderate to mild sensation. The most important part of this, though, is feeling the bottom of your pelvis opening onto the earth and breathing into that point. So when you breathe in, you can feel like an expansion in the pelvic floor. Anchor that energy in, and then breathe out. Make that long, long, long extended exhale, still focusing on that pelvic floor diaphragm. Really feel it. The more we focus on that point, the more we ground in this root energy. In Tao, they refer to this as yin qi. It's the electromagnetic field of the earth. Yeah, so really anchor in, feel gravity in its full effect, pouring the energetics of this point down into the earth, connecting us deeper into the present moment and the space that we're in, and embodying our physical dimension with the sense of security, stability, ease, and harmony. And if you want to, you can have your hands in Apana Mudra. Long extended exhales. You can activate Lam if you want to. So well, everyone. Keep it going. We're almost there. Now, at the end of your breath out, begin to hold for about 3 to 5 seconds, feeling the pulse at the base of the spine and feeling just this Lam, Lam, Lam pulsing and vibrating. Now, really slowly, everyone, begin to walk yourself up. Sit for a moment, anchor the energy, feel the energy grounding, rooting itself. Stay focused on the base. Bring the hands to the inner knees. Lean back, slide your inner knees together. Wrap your arms around your shins. Bring your head in so that you kind of anchor the heads of the femurs into the hip sockets. Beautiful, everyone. We will now finish with a small shavasana and then we'll go into meditation. Another great pose that you can do is a forward fold Paschimottanasana. But we won't do it this evening because it's just too many intense, long forward folds. And I want to spend more time on the meditation. So whenever you're ready, take yourself into shavasana. The same kind of awareness and practice that we have been doing, even when we go into shavasana for this one today, keep that attention on your root. Remember where you place your awareness, energy will flow there. If for any reason you have any lower back sensitivity, you can do this position in constructive rest with the knees bent and the feet flat on the floor. Yeah, if you feel like the forward folds are really long for you, you can rest in this pose instead. And again, it will just be a short shavasana, just a few minutes, so we can spend a bit longer in the meditation. Okay, very slowly, everyone come back to and remember your breath. Gently breathe awareness into your body. And I'd like you then to roll over to one side of the body and curl up in the fetal position. Stretch out, move around, do whatever you need to, and then go into the fetal position. Take your time. There is no rush. When you're in the fetal position, I really want you to wrap up in a nice tight ball. Right, bring the knees in, cross your ankles. Now, please say this out loud after me. Okay, call and response. Please make sure you say it out loud. You can whisper it, but say it to yourself. I forgive you, Mum. I forgive you, Dad. I forgive myself. I love you, Mum. I love you, Dad. I love myself. Slowly come up to a seated position whenever you're ready. If you can, place your right heel under and behind your sex organs, in front of the anus, right at the base of your spine, like so. If that is not possible, if you can't get the heel in, don't worry about it too much. You do need to be on a little bit of an elevated position to be able to get that connection. We'll just bring some awareness into the root. So when you're ready, with the eyes closed, sitting up tall, finding Apana Mudra. And just like we were doing in the physical practice, I just want you to begin to make your breath out as long as you can. We keep focusing on the base of the spine. We keep feeling this thread, this awareness, this connection at the root. Remember, have the index fingers, little fingers extended. The middle and ring fingers lightly connect with the pad of the thumbs. The breath is really deep into the abdominal cavity, into the pelvic floor diaphragm. And we infuse this awareness at the base, really with this field of loving awareness, but feeling stable in our bodies, feeling at home in our bodies, and really feeling anchored into this present moment that we are in. If you can sense or feel a vibration, a tingling, or a pulsing sensation at the base of the pelvic floor, use that as your object of meditation. If you are visual, see a deep red orb or spinning disc, and feel that red disc healing and rebalancing and stimulating everything connected to this energy center. Base of the spine, the rectum, the bladder. Feel everything moving into harmony, all the nerves. Just really finding this sense of inner stability and peace in the present moment. To create that extra layer of healing vibration, silently feel Lam, 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 unfolding at the base, the root of your spine. Use any layer of sensation to keep yourself connected to the base, tingling, maybe pulsing, maybe vibrating. Any sensation of warmth, of the pulsing of Lam. We use that as the meditation object now for the next few moments. Go deeper and deeper. Stay focused and present. Good, you're doing so well. No matter how many times the mind wanders or we drift, come back to the feeling, come back to the sensation in the root, and connecting to Lam, Lam, Lam. And connect to Lam as though you are trying to feel the vibration. What does that vibration feel like at the base? Everyone very slowly release Apana Mudra. Feel the energy release and ground through the hands, through the base. And rub your hands together firmly and quickly. Get your hands really, really warm. And when you feel your hands super hot, I need to put your left hand on the perineum. You're going to sit on your left hand and bring your right hand on your lower abdomen, just above the pubic bone, like really quite low down on the bottom of your intestines there, just on the bladder. Now we're going to breathe into that space to seal this practice and infuse that with your loving awareness. And invoke those feelings of being grounded, of being anchored, rooted in the foundation of who you are and where you are. Smile into that space, make it feel easy and at home. Feeling that sense of peace and at home within the body. Feel the warmth, feel the heat of the hands emanating into these points, bringing more awareness, more sensitivity, more connection to the lower aspects of us. Keep infusing your practice with loving awareness. And then very, very gently ask you to slide your hands up onto the heart. Build that field of awareness at your heart center. Just feel into very simply, may I be happy. May I be happy. May I be happy. You can keep the hands there or you can bring them into a meditation posture, your choice. But keep repeating silently from the heart, may I be happy. May I be happy. Feel the best version of yourself, healthy, happy, filled with this sense of peace and joy. Feel the field of metta, of loving awareness, vibrating all through your body. Now we move on to the next person in our metta practice, which will be our birth mother. So feel from your heart this vibration of love overflowing and connect into your birth mother. See if you can have a vision or see her or feel her with a warm smile radiating. May my mother be happy. May my mother be happy. May my mother be happy. Remember, the root is all about our family, our tribe. So whether they are in this world or not, if you're in contact with them or not, it doesn't matter. We build this connection of unconditional love. May my mother be happy. Remember, there are large amounts of aspects of your mother's DNA. You share the closest genetical link to her. You grew inside her. May my mother be happy. Now we move on to the next person, which I'm sure you guessed it is your father. Doing the same practice with your birth father, feeling it at your heart center, seeing him or envisioning him healthy, happy, as you offer your metta, your love and compassion practice to him. May my father be happy. May my father be happy. The softness on your face. And if any emotions ever arise when you're doing these practices, allow them to come up. It's healthy to express emotions. Now I'd like you to choose another family member, maybe a brother, a sister, an uncle or an aunt, anyone who pops into your mind, and do the same practice with them. May they be happy. Use their name, feel the warmth, feel the vibration of love and awareness overflowing from your heart to theirs. Now take a deep breath in Exhale through the mouth. Come back to you, come back to your own heart, your own body, and fill yourself back up. May I be happy. May I be happy. If you're looking to ignite the heart again, move into feelings of gratitude, of thankfulness. You can add, may I be happy, may I be free, may I be liberated. May I be happy, may I be free, may I be liberated. Just feeling and activating that heart center. And as we fill up on the heart, remind yourself now, go into gratitude, but specifically for the material world, for all of the things that you have in the material world. Remember, feel the gratitude, feel the thankfulness for all of the things you have right now. You know, the device that you're watching this on, listening to it, the mat that you're sitting on, your physical body. Really just go through a felt sense experience of gratitude. So many things you can be thankful for in the material world. Beautiful, everyone. Please take a big breath in and come back to the body. Exhale through the mouth. Let go. Gently bring the palms together in front of the heart. Thank yourself for your commitment to practice today. Feel that sense of groundedness and stability as your root is harmonized and anchored into the present moment. Let's gently rub the palms together. Cover the hands over the eyes. The palms block out the light. And we feel that warmth, that vibration flooding into the eyes, giving them some love and kindness today. When you're ready, close the eyes. Bring the hands down. And go back to that drishti, that focal point as you open your eyes. And we practice just 1 minute open eye meditation, coming back around to the space. When you're ready to move your body and your gaze around, that concludes our practice. Namaste to you, and thank you for your commitment to the work. Mm. Okay, so that is root chakra practice complete. So anything that involves forward folding, grounding, leg work, long breaths out, and emphasizing on those elements of feeling the stability. And I brought in some metta today, specifically for family, because the root is all about our tribe, our physical tribe, our family. So everything that is connected there. Okay, I will see you tomorrow for chakra number 2.